Blog Talk Radio.
Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Intimidator! Intimidator! Incarcerator! Man assassinator! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! A damn shot straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! You get down to straight to your brain! Straight to your skull crack! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! I will fly high! 5-star broad splash! You can't stop me! 5-star broad splash! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! Drop that down! The whole fucking show! It's all about the yin and the yang! The balance of power that bends! You can't stop the yin and the yang! The balance of power that bends! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! I will levitate! Flip kick you in the yam! I will decimate! You can prepare for! Drop it down! The whole fucking show! 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 Drop it down! The whole fucking show!
Hello, everybody. This is the said whole fucking show, Rob Van Dam. Just like the Cushionator told you. Good friend of mine, Cushionator, recently, because he kicked so much ass on my new song, he did a new song for Chris Masters. And we played a little joke on Chris Masters in the sound studio. It was last week's RVD TV episode. Funny, funny song. I'll give you a hint. Masturbator! Masturbator! I can't sing, but that's a hint. You know, it's funny. Happy January 14th, 2009, everybody. There has never been a January 14th, 2009 before. This is the first. So it is what we make of it. That's a fact. Today's episode is going to be about a topic I picked yesterday, because that's how organized I am. Throw the topics together right before. I always want to do better. I always want to do you a little more advance notice and say, I'll be back next week with whatever, but it doesn't work out that way. But you know what I want to talk about today? A few things. But our topic is going to be guilt. Guilt. The unnecessary burden that we put on ourselves. We all have guilt. We feel guilty about things in the past that we can't change. Holding on to the guilt, can definitely be like a negative anchor. guilt is definitely related to resentment, and holding on to resentment does nothing but bring you down. We cannot change the past, but what we can do is try to make better choices so that in the present and in the future, we won't resent as much. Avoid resentment by making proper choices. That's RVD's formula for you. Guilt. A lot of people put guilt on themselves. They do shit that they actually feel like they're not supposed to do, and they do it anyway, and they got this inner struggle, and then they got, well, baby, you look like you needed to say something. SVD just walked in, so
hello.
Everything stops when SVD's around in case you didn't notice. So whatever the fuck I was talking about, bam! What up, Sonia?
Not much, baby. Not much at all.
Cool. So, Sonia got, was it today you said you got pulled over? Almost pulled over?
It was quasi-pulled over.
Quasi-pulled over. Would you like to tell the story, or would you want me to tell her?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm just bringing this up because, you know, we got 2 hours, and we're going to tear guilt apart, just like we did Pride. We're going to look at it. We're going to get people giving me biblical references, and Blog Talk Radio. Nikki already says it's a useless feeling. It doesn't make anything right that you did, and it perpetuates more guilt. I agree. It's like a negative hole to just drain your energy, and we're going to talk about that. But this quick story about Sonia, the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm curious what people's opinions are on this, because a while ago I wrote on my blog that the using cell phones while you're driving here in California was going to be outlawed, and it was. And the point that I made on my blog was just it's another freedom that they're taking away. A lot of people won't even think about that. They'll hear, oh yeah, well that sounds like a good idea. I don't want people talking on their cell phones while they're driving. Okay, but you can now, and they're taking that right from you. And there's a lot worse things you can do legally while you're driving. And the way that this connects to Sonia is she told me she got quasi-pulled over. She was talking to her loving husband on the phone, on speakerphone. So she was holding on to it, but it wasn't like up to her face. And she's talking to it, and the cop didn't pull her over. Did he put his lights on, baby?
No, he didn't. He just talked to me on the loudspeaker. Scared me.
Did you know because you were in your convertible?
Yeah, I had the top down.
So he talks to her over the speaker from behind and says, talking on the cell phone on speaker is still illegal, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's still illegal.
Yeah, and she said, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and he said, it's a habit we all have to break or something, and he drove on.
They've just given someone a ticket for that very thing, talking on their speakerphone.
So he says, but did you see him giving the ticket?
He had just pulled someone over earlier. I know I saw him, he was pulling out after pulling someone over. So, it could have been true, it could have not been true.
You should always pull out before you pull someone over. Remember that. Safety message from the Van Dams. So he said that he just written someone a ticket, but he gave her a warning because, she's on the cell phone but talking on the speaker. So here's the thing, okay? It's illegal still to talk on your cell phone the way that I'm talking right now. I've got this phone in my hand on speaker. I'm holding it out in front of me, and I'm talking on it. And this is illegal in the state of California. Nobody's got a problem with that. They're like, well, yeah, that's dangerous. You shouldn't drive while you're talking. Okay, that should be based on a particular circumstantial coordination of each person. Personally, I think, I could probably drive blindfolded better than a lot of people can drive with the driver's ed teacher beside him. People are nervous to be out there riding. Okay, anyway, here's my point. Okay. Holding a phone and talking on it and driving is illegal. Holding an ice cream cone, no problem. That doesn't make sense to me. That does not sound like that's in the right order. I got an ice cream cone in my hand, dripping ice cream all over my hand. I'm licking it while I'm driving, eating the ice cream, making a fucking mess. Oh, no problem. We haven't written that law yet. You still have that freedom. Shouldn't it be based on some kind of common sense of an actual danger factor? Like, for instance, numbers, I'm very curious, okay, it sounds dangerous, but have a lot of traffic accidents statistically, reportedly been caused from talking on the cell phone? Maybe, probably, but I'm not going to assume yes. I'm not going to assume that's what they're going to base this on. They're going to do whatever they can to chip away at our freedoms while the people are letting them do it because the people think it sounds like a good idea. That one sounds like a good idea to most people.
You know what sounds like a good idea? We were just talking about this the other day, is like they have all over England is CCTV. Because you like the idea of CCTV, because when there's a crime, you can just look at
I don't watch
video.
the country music channel. When Hulk Hogan's Celebrity
Closed circuit television.
Oh, I watched WrestleMania 2 on closed circuit television. It was crazy. I actually paid to sit in an arena and watch WrestleMania live on a big screen. My, how times have changed.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I do remember those days.
Because we didn't have
Pay-per-view was brand new.
Yeah, we couldn't get it at home yet. That was crazy. So anyway, I'm interested in hearing some opinions when people call in on that. I mean, if talking on your cell phone is illegal, shouldn't dipping your French fries in honey mustard and eating them while you're driving, shouldn't that be illegal too? While we're talking, and while we're getting away from the subject for a bit, next week on the 21st of January is going to be the last RVD Radio live show for a few weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
Big announcement.
I bet Blog Talk Radio. Nikki said she'll be airing. Sonia runs out to grab the phone that's ringing, cursing as she's running. What was I talking about? Okay, anyway, you can still tune in. She's going to play some best of or something. But for the month of February, I will be gone. I will be filming a movie, one of my projects that came through. One of my many, many, many projects that's been on my table for a long time. This one for about 2 years has finally developed, and I will be filming the action movie written and developed for Rob Van Dam. Yes, that means I'm the star. I didn't say I was an actor. I said I'm an action star.
Demon producer.
That was the producer calling on the other line. Why? Does he want to get on RVD Radio?
I told him to call in. You were talking about the show.
All right. So there you go, man. That's what we're doing there. And today's subject is guilt.
And getting pulled over, or quasi pulled over.
I want to talk about that too, man. We got 2 hours. Actually, we only got like an hour and 45 because my extensive monologues will go on and on and on. Here's the thing about guilt, though. I know so many people that live with so much guilt, and people ask me all the time about what, baby?
Which one is his cell number? I gotta text it.
The one that's the top one. Oh, is he gonna call into the radio show?
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit, as long as you're doing that, you can also call our other guests and tell them they're supposed to be on. Okay. Justin McCully will be on tonight, UFC badass. Sabu, and our manager, Fonzie, that's right, Daddy. Right down the middle. Hey, don't I have sound bites somewhere? Check it out.
There they are.
I haven't even heard that. Let me try that again. And also we got Fonzie.
That's right, Daddy.
Thanks, Fonzie. And I want to find out what they think about guilt. And here's the thing. People ask me, and they ask you, son, how we stay so positive, how we're so cool and easygoing all the time. I think a lot of it has to do with how we set up our lives, I mean, our lives are what we create of it. Like I said, there's never been a January 14th, 2009. We're creating it right fucking now. We're not acting out a script. We're making this shit happen, A lot of people make themselves guilty. I argued with my friend Eddie T, Eddie O, the Bible thumper that I write about on my blog sometimes. And I thought about having him on this show too, but did not call him for this. But I told him before, I really don't do a lot of stuff that I feel guilty about, And he says, no, that's bullshit. We all do, And he's trying to tell me that, like, for instance, looking at female bodies, like just, wow, hey, she's got a great body. There's from a certain perspective, and I'm not, damning the Christians. I'm not even qualified to to tell you which, you know, and it's probably an individual perspective. But anyway, this whole thing about lust, you know, being a sin, and look, you know, I should feel guilty for thinking, hey, that's a nice ass. I don't. I think, you know, we're appreciating God's handiwork. I don't feel guilty about that. People that say that they want to quit smoking, they should quit smoking, but then they light up and they feel guilty, and they live, oh, I feel, you know, why do they feel guilty? They're doing something that they really think they shouldn't be doing. I guess they're conflicted, all right? And if you're conflicted, then you're always going to have this struggle, and as long as you have this inner struggle with conflicting mindsets, you will have a lack of peace. You won't have a rippleless pond. Is rippleless a real word, baby?
I'm not sure. Sounds like you pulled that one out of your ass.
Yeah. Well, you will not have even flow of chi. You've got ripples, you've got waves, you've got obstacles, and you're causing it yourself, and it's inside of you. And a lot of people, they feel guilty about a lot of stuff that I don't think they should. You know, I remember a friend of mine, a very famous friend of mine, getting busted for marijuana, and he felt really guilty because of the way that the image that his son looks up to. You know, he felt guilty because he thought the kids at school were going to be like, you know, making fun of his son or say, hey, yeah, your dad smokes pot. He felt guilty because of that. And I was trying to tell him, you know, that's, I mean, and I don't know what it's like being a dad and all that, but I didn't want him to sell out and be one of these celebs that all of a sudden, you know, okay, I'll go to rehab, then I'll go and I'll start preaching to everybody about how wrong I was for, no, that's bullshit. That's selling out. You know, you should feel guilty about that. I would feel guilty about that, about not being the house of integrity that I am, and actually bending on my standards to give in to somebody else. So, guilt. Everybody's got it. I'm not fucking perfect, you know, but I don't sit around and I don't do a lot of things that would cause guilt. We all, you know, make mistakes. We fucking sometimes, you know, wish, oh, if I could go back in time and switch this, I would, whatever. Okay, you know, how about trying to reduce that to a minimum by not going out and continuing to do shit on your life and that you feel guilty about, unless that's what you want, you know. If that's what you want, I doubt you're an RVD free thinker, because my people understand the importance of having positive energy, keeping your awareness up so that you can be in line with the great divine. In what year, baby?
09.
Okay. So I'd like to go to a call, but you're using the mouse, baby.
Well, okay.
Okay, thank you. So let me go to, well, who should we go to, baby? We got that. You want to go talk to Harry Slizass? Let's say hi to our New York correspondent. Harry Slizass, what's up, brother?
Yo, what up, Van Dams?
How are you today, dude?
Yeah, it's cold here in New York. Really cold.
Man, I'm sure it is.
It was gorgeous here. I had the top down. It was phenomenal.
You had your top down, baby?
No, on the car. On the car, baby.
Okay. Yeah, gorgeous in California. You know, hate it for you, but, you know, that's why I'm not there.
Yeah, I'll make it out there eventually. Hey, what I think about guilt is it's useless. In life, there's two things you always got to deal with when you're trying to make a decision as to whether to do something or not do something. That's guilt or regret. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I could bury the guilt, but the regret of not doing something will eat me up for a long time.
So you're not, that's interesting, because when I think about regret, I usually think about regretting something that has been done, an action that has taken place. So you're talking about regretting not doing something. That's interesting. That kind of puts a positive spin on it, as if you're looking at a void that you wish you could have filled in with some kind of task. That's very interesting.
Yep, that's just my way of looking at things. It's easier to bury the guilt than to live with regret.
Hey, Demos, I need the number. Could you throw the number out so I can text it to the people? Call-in number.
Baby, nobody has any idea what you're talking about except for Demos.
Well, he should know. He'll pull it out. Thank you, Nikki Star.
You don't know the number to RVD Radio?
No. I think I've been texting the wrong number.
So I've been sending the wrong number out. Is it, but I mean, is it that easy to do, Harry? Just like, if you feel guilty about something, I don't know if it's really like a conscious effort. It's more usually something that eats at you, you know, and it's something that, true, you have to consciously try and throw it out, but isn't it more like a subconscious thing that kind of like takes control of you, and like, you know, like you sit there and it's like, damn, I don't know, I just feel really guilty, you know, and it's not, you know, it's like, I mean, it takes, you know, I mean, the mind can overcome anything, but for the most part, wouldn't you say it's not a conscious effort to be guilty, to feel that?
What I believe is true guilt only happens to those that have done something truly morally wrong. You know, you were talking before about someone that got busted for, what was it, pot?
Yeah, it was.
Now, did he feel guilty for smoking pot?
I don't know. I think that he did in a way, and that's really the perspective I was attacking, you know, was just, you know, fuck that. The guy that busted you should feel guilty for that while he's smoking a cigarette, you know, and which is known to kill people and be way worse for your health than marijuana. You know, they should feel guilty for even enforcing that law. But I think that he did. I can't say for sure. That's my impression, though. Yeah, and more. And when he's talking about his kid, okay, I can understand that. But I would always recommend telling the kids the truth. You know what I mean? I'm always a firm believer in that. If you tell the kids, you know, stay away from pot. It's dangerous. It's addictive. It'll destroy you. And they see a bunch of successful people that are able to function on it. They're going to think that you're full of shit because you are. You know.
What you're supposed to tell them is wait until you're 18 and can make a rational decision for yourself.
Exactly, I agree with that, and you know, I myself did wait till I was 21 actually, and not claiming to be perfect, saying I don't have much guilt, and saying I wait till I was 21 to smoke. But if you want to take it that way and say I'm perfect, that's your choice.
Well, then I started a wee bit younger than that. I think I was like in 8th grade, whatever that falls into.
Yeah, however old you are, that depends on you too. I don't know.
12, 15, something like that.
All right, cool. Hey, you remember my good friend Justin McCully, right?
Yes. UFC.
Justin Sano, you online?
What up, dude? Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Awesome. Do you remember Harry Slash when you went up and visited us back in the old ECW days in New York?
You know I do. What up? What's going down, brother?
What's happening, Justin, man? How are you?
I'm doing phenomenal. Good to talk to you. It's been a minute since I've seen you. How's everything going?
Keeping busy here in New York in the cold weather.
Yeah, dude. I don't like that cold weather stuff. That's why I'm off to Hawaii tomorrow. But, hey, I heard you guys were talking about guilt. That's
yeah, dude,
cool.
I'd love to get your input.
I love it. You know, I mean, you know my mom, RVD, growing up with my mom, an Italian Sicilian mama, there's no shortage of guilt in my family. To feel guilty about going to the bathroom, you know what I mean? Like there was guilt written everywhere. So it was awesome.
So, is it something then that you're brought up to just take as like a normal standard, and you use it in your life, and you plan on, you know, continuing to even like pass that on to your offspring?
You know, I would try to. I'm going to try to eliminate it from the family rituals. It was pretty hard on me emotionally and very draining, you know. The guilt, it can be motivating in certain ways and drive you to do the right thing. I think a lot of Catholic households will know what I'm talking about when I say that, but it can keep you, you know, steered in the right direction, but at the same time it definitely lays a heavy burden on your shoulders. And so I don't know, I'm going to try to eliminate it the most I can, but I'm sure heredity will leave it in my lap just a little bit, unfortunately, for my children's sake.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I know from personal experience it's not an enjoyable thing to have. You know, any time that I can remember where I feel guilty, that's like it's that feeling that I want to get rid of, like depression or hunger or something that needs fulfilled. You know, it's like, and like I've had crappy relationships before, you know, where I would go out and you know, eat, for instance, come back and sometimes feel guilty about it and then go through cycles and have to work on that and whatever. I think I'm good now at making decisions of avoiding present or future guilt or as I said, that's related to resentment too, by making good decisions. One thing I think of is like Xena, my dog. I remember like when we're potty training her, you use guilt to control that dog. You know, you bring up, what did you do? What did you do? Shame on you, shame. And you want your dog to feel so guilty for what it did, you know, that it's going to remember that like a flashback anytime it thinks about, you know, taking a shit on the floor or something. Later on, you know, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for making my dog feel bad, you know.
Right. No, for sure. Guaranteed. And there's, I guess, different degrees of guilty feelings, too. I remember I was buying a pair of shoes one time at a local establishment, and the lady was hard selling me like the whole time, and I ended up buying 2 pairs of shoes. And I had my little daughter, Alexandria, with me, and she really wanted a pair of shoes, but she didn't need any shoes. We had just gotten her new shoes, and I needed these shoes to run in for cross-training, and I was just there to get a pair of shoes and get out of there real quick. And this lady just kept, you know, driving it home. Why don't you get the little girl a pair of shoes? Oh, she's going to feel bad if you don't get her a pair of shoes. She's going to think you don't like her and stuff. And to the point where my daughter was crying, you know what I mean? And
man.
Yeah, talk about a guilty feeling, like walking out of that store without buying my daughter something, like kind of played on my heartstrings. I was so pissed. I like let that lady have it, like up and down. But there's different shades of guilt, I guess, and I guess sometimes it's constructive to feel guilty in a way, so you realize maybe how you're hurting someone else or how somebody else might feel. But I don't know. Part of me wants to say it's a wasted emotion too, because you know you feel guilty and feel bad about some things that maybe you shouldn't feel bad about sometimes. Maybe that's like the weakness of our society kind of coming out.
I'll tell you, it's something that it's true that you can't change the past, and if you really focus and put a lot of energy into wishing that you could go back and change something, that is a waste because, you know, everything happens for a reason, but it is another thing to be ashamed of yourself. You know, I can go back to when I was a high school kid or whatever, you know, different parts of my life from the past where when I think about something I did, you know, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself, not in a big way where I want to hang myself, but where I'm just like, man, I know that I wouldn't react that same way now. I would respond differently. I would treat somebody different, whatever, you know, and that's part of growth is always being able to look back at a lesser you. I think that being ashamed shame is definitely a close relative of guilt, you know, for sure. Hey, Justin, have you got time to hang out for a little bit? Because I got a bunch of calls.
Yeah, take some. Let's do it.
All right, the first one I'm going to go to, though, is a friend of yours and mine, director, producer, screenwriter extraordinary, David DeFalco. What up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up, Dave?
Just hanging out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And what are you doing in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Well, very special thing out here. We're prepping for a big action movie.
You told me earlier today that somebody on the internet leaked the news about this big action movie, but I love that they fucked up the title. I just love that because it proves that you can't count on any other sources, you know, by going straight to the horse's mouth.
Well, exactly. Yeah, well, you know, that's how it goes.
So how's location scouting going?
Awesome. I mean, there's a really cool locations in this city, and yeah, we pretty much got everything just about, you know, locked for the locations, believe it or not.
And when does casting start for, you know, for the non-lead roles?
They're already casting right now, and you know, basically they're taping all the sessions. We had a guy in today though that was a friend of Carson's, who I think you might know. I think he was a former wrestler. His name's Randall Reeder. Do you know who he is? He's a big guy. Looks like R.A. Mihailoff a little.
I don't know him by name.
Yeah, well, you might know him if you saw him. He's
Harry Flash, do you know that guy?
What was the name?
Randall Reeder.
What was his work name?
He don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. But he was in it way back. I don't think he was in any of the big leagues, but he knew you. He ran into you somewhere and was mentioning it. But
well, as you know, I got a few tight, you know, wrestler friends, Justin McCully included, that we have at the top of the list in mind.
Exactly.
Super.
So,
We're just so anyway. I just mentioned a little bit about that. I'll be leaving the week after next, and then I'll be gone for the month of February to film this action movie. So I won't have any RVD Radio live for a few weeks. So I haven't really talked about it a whole lot, and I haven't taken a lot of phone calls yet. Although there is a shitload of them trying to get through. We've been also talking about. The topic for today is guilt, Dave. Maybe you might want to give us a quick opinion on that. Do you think guilt is something that's useful, or is it useless? Is it like a waste, like a black hole that drains your energy, or is it something constructive that's maybe necessary for development?
I think, because I've had a lot of guilt about things like most people probably have in their life, but yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things kind of like paranoia or remorse or all these other things. It's an emotion you have, and I kind of wish I could do without it, to be honest with you, because I hate feeling guilty about something or regretting something, but like, Justin said, like those things, once something's done, it's done, so when you start having these aftermath feelings, and it drags you even further down, it is almost like a waste, although sometimes, it's easier said than done because it's just part of human nature. So, right,
you can also be guilty. I was saying that a lot of people do things presently that they actually feel like they shouldn't be doing, and they know they feel bad about doing it. Like for eating, for instance. A lot of people are on a diet, and then they're eating chocolate bars, and then they feel guilty. I feel guilty I'm eating this. So then there's this unnecessary inner struggle that's keeping them from being balanced and peaceful and positive, and they're causing that on themselves. I can imagine feeling guilty about a future condition and having to do it anyway if it was my job. Like, for instance, if I was somebody that had to fire somebody, I would really feel guilty knowing that it's got to be me, that I got to go in and tell this guy he's fired because I'm a nice guy. That's hard. That would be hard for me to do, Yeah. I also think it would be hard to be like a wrestling promoter, like in The Office, like in WWE, because you've got everybody's livelihoods in your fucking hand. And, and they take advantage of that, by deciding to make somebody dress up like a jackass, to make a fool out of somebody, and, they split up marriages, they fucking cause suicides, all kinds of crazy shit, you know what I mean? That would be something that, again, I would not be too good at, and it would be because of the guilt factor.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you, man.
Yeah. Justin Sane, are you still with us?
Still with you, big time with you on that one, too. Another, close to home subject. My father was in charge of Mare Island Nuclear Shipyard, and they put it on the base closure list under the Clinton administration, and they decided that they were going to have to fire and relocate 27,000 government and military employees. And I remember my dad just being so consumed with the guilty feeling of having to let all these people know, like, hey, you're going to have to move your whole family, you're going to have to change your life, and your livelihood may not be here tomorrow. You may not have a job to show up to. And the guilt that went with that weighed heavily on him. I know it aged him a little bit, and so yeah, that's definitely one there that you. I don't know how you control that feeling of guilt or responsibility to help your fellow brother man out. It seems like a necessary feeling there, because we talk about ruling out the guilty feeling and it being unnecessary, but how do you control that emotion right there? Right. Yeah, how do you eliminate it, especially in this?
Not everybody could handle that. That's definitely the kind of position that it takes a certain kind of guy for. If I was William Randolph Hearst's dad, and I was killing people that were trying to get the unions organized to go against my taking advantage of them working the silver mines, I'd feel guilty about that too. If you don't have any guilt, you could really accomplish a whole lot more, I guess, probably.
Some people don't. I mean, there's some people that are just, they have like their heart is stone, and they don't have guilt.
Charles Manson, right?
Well, yeah, like serial killers that have no remorse and just,
Charles Manson has never shown any guilt or any
regret or remorse or anything. Yeah.
How the fuck can they be human? I mean, they must totally have a different hard drive than us. Like, their brain must be wired completely different.
That's right.
No compassion.
Definitely.
Sounds like a more current case. Kind of sounds like Pac-Man Jones. I don't know if you guys have been following that case at all, but Pac-Man Jones was allegedly involved in conspiracy of shooting a man and then going after another man while he was on probation for the same thing several months later, and ESPN did a big cover on it. And what he's saying basically is that these gentlemen were killing for him, and the only case that I could think of that related closely to that was Manson. You know, Manson had these people going out killing for him, and here we are, this athlete, Pac-Man Jones, has people out there shooting and thugging for him, and just kind of drew a weird similarity to me.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely a good connection right there. I'm gonna go to Mike from Buffalo. You with us, Mike? Speak, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, Rob? Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Awesome, man. I already know it's cold up that way. Harry Slash told us New York's freezing, so we don't need the weather report. How you doing today?
Oh, yeah, boy. I'm doing great, man. It's been a long time since I talked to you, man, since the Burt Flickinger Center.
Yeah, well, when I think of the Burt Flickinger Center, however the hell you say it, we never knew how to say that. The Burt Flickinger Center, I always think about winning the television championship from Bam Bam Bigelow. Yes, that was an awesome fucking night, and of course, that flip I did out into the crowd gets played over and over and over. So one of a kind for a moment. Yeah, dude. Well, listen, on RVD Radio, you got producer David DeFalco, you got UFC fighter Justin McCully, and I'm about to open up the line to Officer X. What up, Officer X?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
We're all good, man. We got Mike from Buffalo on. We're waiting to hear what he's got to say about guilt or about anything, dude. Not anything. There are some standards.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. When you talk about guilt, you talk about what happened with Sonya, and I have to say, hearing the thing on your book, man, saying, you know, the fight she had dealing with cancer and everything, and she basically beat the fight with cancer, man, you never made me more happier. All right? That's the first thing. And I have to say that, you know, when people talk about guilt, and, you know, you talk about the cops need to follow their own rules. When they don't follow their own rules that they're supposed to uphold and enforce, you know, that's a double standard.
It totally is a double standard. I'm glad I got Officer X on the line right here because that's something that that's kind of it's a strong subject for me too. Something I care a lot about because I don't. You know, whereas you said you think they should uphold the laws and they should also abide by the laws they're enforcing, I also think that there's a moral guide that they have to follow unless they're one of these people with no compassion, no guilt that we're talking about, which a lot of them, I think they have to be cold-hearted anyway to throw somebody in jail and fuck, you know, I wouldn't be able to do that either unless they were really bad people, definitely not for smoking pot. But anyway, what I think is that, like, if you're an officer, some of those laws you might not even agree with, you know, and then you're not going to be a hypocrite and not abide by them while you're enforcing them, probably. But, you know, I wonder what happens then. Officer X, RVD Radio's professional online first-hand advisor and official word for the law enforcement. You know the law. You have to know the law by the book when you go out and enforce it. But I know, like, a lot of times there's got to be some laws that you don't agree with. If it says, hey, this guy has to go in the slammer overnight, a lot of times your moral code would override that, right?
Well, there's no such thing as black and white in law enforcement. There's a lot of gray area, and I mean, sometimes discretion is always the better point of valor. You know, if something's got to be done, it's got to be done. And I personally would, everything is a different assessment. You know, you'd have to really come up with a specific situation.
Right.
You
right.
got to kind of look at how important are things too. I mean, if a guy's going 5 miles over the speed limit, and you stop him, and say, for instance, the guy has you're going to give him a ticket for $150 when he's on his way home from his second job. Well, what good is that going to do?
Going to starve the kids, huh?
Exactly. Well, what good is that going to do?
I know. I've heard you say that a lot before, so I know how you feel about that. So Mike from Buffalo is talking about some police officers that don't abide by the same rules that they enforce. Then, then that's a hypocrite no matter what profession they're in. For instance, if someone is writing tickets for people drinking and driving, and then after he punches out, he's going and drinking and then driving, that's not cool, right?
Yeah, but you get that in every business. Take Justin's business. If he's teaching students and he's having a bad day and he starts breaking limbs, right?
Wait, he starts breaking wind?
I would
No. Take this, right? I mean, everyone's heard of the martial arts guy who beats up their students. What's that? It's the same thing. There's a double standard in every business. If you're a cop, you shouldn't be stealing. You shouldn't be driving your car drunk. You shouldn't be beating up your girlfriend. You should just be a regular dude, man. There's good and bad in every profession.
That's right, Daddy.
Awesome. Justin Sano.
That's good insight right there. But can we add a couple variables to the guy driving home from his second job? Say he stopped by his buddy Tom's house, had one Budweiser, and had to hit off maybe a foreign substance unknown to us at this point, and then you pulled him over. He goes to jail for the night, huh?
Oh, well, I mean, it's no circumstantial.
First off, proving that is next to impossible, and second off, I mean, here you go. Everyone out there in RVD Radio land, most cops don't want to bust your balls. So all you got to do is be nice. In general, you don't have problems.
For sure. I agree with that. Every time I've been nice and honest with officers, it's paid off to my benefit. That's for sure. And so yeah, I don't recommend giving any officer a hard time. That's for sure.
And I don't recommend giving UFC guys a hard time.
Sonya got away from the cop because her top was down, but it was the convertible.
Hey, RVD, I got to run. I'm going to call you back. I got to run.
All right, man. Thanks, dude.
How about you?
All right, cool. Well, there goes Justin Sano. Maybe he'll call back. I don't know. Mike from Buffalo, man, you got anything to add before I move on? Appreciate your call, dude. Guilt. Necessary or something we inflict on ourselves to torture ourselves with? I don't know. I'm going to ask my good friend from Bombay, Michigan, Dave DeFalco, good friend of yours too. Say hi to Sabu. What up, Sabu?
Hey, Sabu. What's happening? How you doing, man? Good.
Yeah, what up, Sabu? I got Dave DeFalco on, and I got Officer X, and who else is on? I got a bunch of callers waiting to get on, wishing I would shut up and take their call, which I will. There's someone else calling from 517. Is that person with you, Sabu?
It's my brother.
Oh, okay. He's just listening. I see. I got that control. I got that power. All right, dude. How you doing today? Good?
Good, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Dave DeFalco's on the line. We're talking a little bit about the movie. Now that everything's official, we're breaking official word. And I guess Justin was breaking wind. I don't know. Didn't really understand that. But, yeah, going to shoot this movie. Dave's already in Louisiana doing all the pre-production. And so that's kind of hitting the news today. Sabu, you already know about it. And we're also talking about guilt, Sabu. Have you been listening to any of that?
I just caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, well, okay, that's our word for today, that we're trying to figure out, and we're analyzing guilt. You know, people, they live with guilt, they expect to live with guilt. Is it something we can avoid? Is it something that's necessary? Is it something positive? Is it something negative? And I'm getting different people's opinions on it. I'm going to go to this guy, Michael Porter from Wrestle Shoot, because he always brings a lot of wisdom to the show. How you doing tonight, Michael?
Very good, Rob. How are you and Sonya doing?
We're doing awesome. How are you doing, baby?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Oh,
yeah, she's over there in her own world on the chat room, not even listening to what I'm talking about, but she's right here with me. That's cool.
Well, I have a little bit of guilt today.
What do you feel guilty about, Michael? We'll see if we can help.
I am enjoying my birthday very much today.
Happy birthday!
What a cheap way to get a happy birthday from. Yeah, that was a cheap way for me to get a happy birthday. But one type of guilt that I cannot stand, and I'd like your take on this, is when people try to make you feel guilty into doing something for them or giving something to them or loaning something to them. You know, you do it, and cool. But if they ask you again and you don't do it, they make you feel guilty.
Yeah, well,
you feel like a piece of shit.
That is a form of energy manipulation, and people use that to control you. Quite often, I think it's the females that use guilt to get to get things done.
I've got two ex-wives who are very good at that.
Yeah, they are. They are, and that's true, man. That's something that can be used against us. Somebody can tap into our own guilt system and make us feel guilty into doing something. Yeah.
Only if you let them.
That's true. It's a lot of fun.
No one can make you feel anything. You have to do it to yourself.
Yeah. By the way, I hope you don't mind, but I would love to say hello to Sabu. Hello, Sabu.
Hello.
How are you doing? Anyway, Rob.
Mike's talking to you, brother.
I just asked Sabu how he was doing tonight.
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Rob, I just wanted to tell you about something that happened to me back in the 60s. It was a guilt feeling that I had, but it wasn't, outlandish or anything like that. But some people might laugh at it.
Who was president?
Pardon me?
Who was the president of the United States?
Oh Lord, I would have to say it might have been Johnson or Nixon.
Okay, I'm just painting the picture.
Okay, the guilt I had, check this out. I was on a church slow-pitch softball team. And, on the particular team, we would, everybody would get a chance to play. I was the first baseman. I would play the first half of some games, and the other guy would come in and play the last half, or vice versa in some games. But this one particular game, I was having a great game. I hit 3 home runs and 3 times at bat, including 2 in 1 inning. And I said, "Isn't it time to put Joe in?" And he said, "No, you're doing fine." So you know what I did?
I have no idea. What you do?
The next time up, I hit a triple, and I pretended to pull a muscle as I pulled into third base, so I would be taken out of the game and Joe could get in the game.
Oh.
I felt guilty about him not playing because I was having such a good game. Is that ridiculous or what?
Well, it is, and that's a testament to what a nice guy you are. I think obviously the nicer the person, the more susceptible they are to being to guilt. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Because the meaner you are, the less you give a shit, right?
I always feel guilty for shit.
Yeah, but
always guilty, and you're really nice, and you're a sweetheart.
I think so.
I do too, baby.
I get told that. Believe it.
But that was all I wanted to bring to the table. I wanted to ask you what you thought about people who made other people feel guilty just to get something themselves. I know they're being selfish. It
is something selfish when they do it, and they're serious. In fact, I will do that a lot, sarcastically, like making fun of people like that, just having fun. Like for instance, I was down in the sound stage, the sound studio where Cushionator did my new Ring song and Masterpiece new song, and he wanted to get together with his band, and he calls his guitar guy. He's got him on the phone, and he wanted to meet with him, but the guy couldn't do it. So he's trying to make the guy feel guilty, and I chimed in, but it was just fun. I didn't even know who the hell we were talking to. I was laughing my ass off because I was thinking, I can't believe this guy hasn't hung up yet. Because clearly the guy can't make it, and the guy's like, "Oh no, I can't do it. I don't have a ride, whatever." And Kushner just said, "No, don't be negative. Be positive. If you're negative, it'll come out in the music. Be positive, and then it'll come out in the music, right, Rob?" And I got on the phone. I'm like, "Yeah, it's all in your vibrations, and it'll record it. It'll show up. It'll on the tracks, And the guy's like, "Huh? Well, no, I know. It's just I can't make it down there. I mean, I want to, I can't. And then, we just start in with him again, time like, no, I mean, it's going to be cool, and he's like, no, I got to sleep. No, there's a couch there, dude. It's cool, man. We'll turn the lights out. It's all good, man. Come on down. Just kept going on and on to see how long we could keep him going.
Pro wrestling?
What'd you say?
All right, well, thank you for your time, Rob, and
all right,
nice
man.
with you.
Happy birthday, Mike, and hope you,
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you so much.
Sonia, and Sabu, say happy birthday if your mouth's awake.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Sabu. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Sonia. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk with you again soon.
All right, man. Next time you got to put Pepper on the phone.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Thanks for calling. Here's another example. Dave, are you sleeping on the phone, or are you just hanging out listening? Are you good? Can I get you anything? Some water? My wife. Where's my wife? I want to see her. Okay, sorry. Anyway, Dave DeFalco. Hey.
I'm still here for a few more minutes.
Okay. Should have put that over. That was funny. Anyway, here's a story that I felt guilty about. All right, we being the WWE wrestlers, a lot of times we get advantages because we're in a group. People give us free shit, stuff like that. Well, when we're boarding on an airplane, a lot of times because we're in a group, we'll be able to board first, right? This one time, Sabu, you might have been there. I'm not sure. We were waiting for the doors to open so we could board the airplane, and so were these old handicapped people, these ladies in walkers and wheelchairs and shit. And when the door opened up, the lady let us on first. Come on, and the WWE line went first, and the old people had to wait till we got on and boarded, and I felt really guilty about that, it was really bothering me. I was on the airplane, I was like, man, and I was asking some of the other guys, they didn't feel guilty at all. I was like, man, did you notice that? Those old people got to stand there and wait while we board, and not only did they not feel guilty, when the old people got on, these motherfuckers wouldn't get out of their seats. They took up, because we got on first, the wrestlers took up the first 4 rows of seats on the airplane. I mean, I got on first, felt bad enough about that, and sat, halfway back. These motherfuckers were in the front. I had to go up and tell some of them, hey, dude, I mean, these old people are coming out here. That ain't right, and some of them sat down there, and then the old people had to walk past them and sit 3 or 4 rows back and shit. And I felt guilty just because the other wrestlers were assholes. I don't know if you were on that one, Sabu, or not, but yeah. So thanks for letting me share, guys. Nikki Heyman, how are you doing tonight?
Good evening, Rob. How are you doing, sir?
I am awesome. Good night.
Hello, Sonia. Hello, Sabu. How you guys doing?
Fine.
Sabu's here. His mouth's sleeping.
That's cool.
Officer X, say something, motherfucker.
What's up, Nikki?
Hey, Officer X. How you doing, sir?
Hey, great. Hey, I just got a text from the drunk monk. He's on site. He's going to give us a religious statement on guilt in a couple minutes. I'm waiting for the text, Rob.
Okay, good. We're standing by to hear the official word from the drunk monk reporting from God.
Is the drunk monk a priest?
Yes, he is.
But you call him a monk?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Everyone's got to be anonymous in this world.
I just love the drunk monk is a priest. That's great.
Hey, the drunk monk said several masses on your behalf at his church.
On Sonia's. Yeah.
Thank the drunk monk very, very much. They definitely worked.
And please tell the drunk monk
give
to
him a thanks right now. He's listening, Sonia. The monk is out there listening live at the friary.
Well, thank you, drunk monk. I very much appreciate it.
And how are you feeling, baby?
I feel great.
She looks great, too.
The neuropathy's driving me a little crazy, but I feel great.
She looks awesome. All right, so Nikki Heyman, we appreciate you calling RVD Radio. What will you bring to the show with you tonight?
Well, a lot of the stuff that I was going to say has already been covered, especially in the case of people trying to hang guilt on you. I've had a couple of instances where they tried to hang a guilt trip on me, and in fact, one lady did this to me in Indianapolis. I turned the tables on her. I walk into Canseco Field House. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Shows the doors don't open for the arena until after 6. This lady comes up to me and asks me, do I work for the WWE?
Okay.
I said, she's crazy, but I looked at her and I said, indirectly.
Okay.
Then she tries to lay on me that at this particular show, around 6:30, 7 o'clock, there's supposed to be a great big meet and greet of the lobby of the arena with all of the A-carders that she could come up with. And she said, I've got 3 little kids that are looking forward to this, that she had talked to the arena and all this other bullshit. And I said, well, ma'am, let me see what I can find out for you. Give me your telephone number.
And then
so
what?
I took her telephone number, then I called fan services. There's a gentleman named Adam over there who is very, very patient. And I told him this story, and we both got a very good laugh out of it. Because we knew full well that she was just trying to get something for nothing. And then trying to hang a guilt trip on me that I supposedly knew something about it.
Fuck that bitch.
So, yeah, I took Adam on her. I called him back about an hour later. I said, what happened? He said, I explained it to her 5 times before she finally screamed and hung up on me.
Well, of all the night.
I don't feel guilty for doing that. I really don't. She's trying to pull a fast one. I can do that too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Sounds like karma.
And to be honest, guilt, like many things, is good in moderation. Sometimes it keeps you straight, but don't dwell on it. Don't let it take you over. If you do something that's wrong, admit, and you're wrong, admit you're wrong, show a little remorse, show a little guilt, then move on. You're done.
I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
I forgive you, Sabu. Here's something. It's not guilt, but it's a feeling where I feel like I look guilty. I don't know. Does anybody ever get that? One way that I get this is a lot of times, like, say I'm walking, I don't know, on a sidewalk or something, I don't know, and say there's somebody, could be anybody, could be Officer X, but somebody with, just somebody with a little girl, and they've got like a really cute little 6-7-year-old little girl, right? And they're just walking on the sidewalk, or they're shopping or something. I feel like something inside of me that makes me feel like protective of this little girl, even though I don't know her. Like I feel like I start like thinking about things that I see on the news, about how they can get snatched up, and I start thinking, how could somebody like do that, like snatch this beautiful little girl and take her like a piece of, material, and I think about that, and I start sometimes even looking at people around, looking like if they're shady, like, oh my God, if I was here and saw that, how bad would I just like pummel somebody's skull? And then when I walk by them, then I kind of feel like maybe I look creepy, you know what I mean? Sometimes and I know that I'm not, but I feel like if I was them, I wouldn't want me standing by the little girl. I mean, like, let's say I get on an elevator and it's just like a lady and her little kid and me, and especially like if I just, I don't know, especially if I'm like feeling like really rough and I'm not, and I'm just, maybe I just got back from the gym, or maybe I got my hoodie on, which I hardly ever wear, but when I wear that, I feel like a bank robber. And sometimes I get to where I feel like I might look guilty or look shady or something, even though I know I'm not. And that's like a weird kind of dirty feeling in itself.
Well, Rob, the protective feeling that you get when you're looking at that little girl, that's just a human instinct to protect somebody that small. That's just something that's hardwired into us, whether we have kids or not.
And I'm not sure.
That's just you, man.
Yeah, okay, but Nikki, I'm not sure if it's really just because it's somebody that's small, or if it's because it's it could also be just because it's a female, and because she's small and beautiful and all that adds to it. But I've had this conversation with Sonia too. When, being that males are the stronger sex, and I mean that could offend a lot of women, but we are. Physically, we're stronger. There's a responsibility that comes with that, and I feel it naturally. Like I feel like I have to, it's my duty to protect the female, even if I don't know her, you know. I mean, it could just be like, you know, holding the door open for a girl to walk through, or it could be, you know, helping her pick something up or whatever. But there's something natural there that like feels like I'm obligated to make up for that difference in strength, and so I know as a man what that feels like. That's how I know that a man that wants to beat the shit out of his woman is an asshole. I know because I know as a man that what he's feeling instead of what I'm feeling, and he feels like he wants to show the woman that because he's stronger, he can beat the shit out of her and own her and control her and scare her, and that guy's an asshole, and it makes me want to beat the shit out of him. And I don't think I'd feel guilty about it either.
We just got the call from the monk.
What about the drunk monk?
The monk just called in.
Okay, you got a message from the drunk monk?
We got a message from the drunk monk.
Okay, let's have it.
Most people feel guilt because they feel they did something wrong. Ready? People feel shame because they feel they are something wrong.
Okay.
You get it? You get it?
That's pretty deep.
That's pretty deep. That's something that I have to chew on for a second, but I do get that.
Yeah, you know, and you should never feel bad who you are and where you come from, you know?
Yes, brother Sabu.
People put shame on you, too, which is awful.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Sabu.
Yes.
You calling?
I said you're creepy.
Oh, I thought you were receiving breakthrough in this conversation. Awesome. Don't feel guilty.
You're listening
What's up, Sabu?
to RVD Radio.
I'm in there.
Hey, Sabu, Dave DeFalco says, what's up?
What's happening, Sabu?
Not much. Hey, not much.
Want to come out and stay with me in Indiana? Me and Sabu were roommates for a while in Los Angeles. And it went pretty well. I mean, it had a few rough spots, but...
Hey, Dave, do you really...
That's what the lube's for, Dave.
Dave, that's what the coconut oil's for. Hey, Dave, do you really think you're in Indiana?
Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's right. I mean, where am I? Right. Oh, man.
RVD, motherfucker!
You're in Louisiana, the other LA.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, it's the same thing as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah, a little more swamps.
I got a nice place, Sabu, so if you want to come out and hang, let me know.
I'm cool.
Right on, man. I'm
always shy, you know.
Hey, let me take this call from Billy B from Mississippi.
What's up, Billy B?
What's up, everybody? Much respect to everybody I haven't talked to before. David DeFalco.
And even more respect for the guys you have talked to, huh?
Fucking A.
We'll take equal respect. Whatever, it's all good.
What about this movie, man? I heard all kinds of shit about it on the internet today.
Well, Dave, how much do we want to tell them about the movie?
What does he want to know?
There you go, man. You get to interview the writer, the director of this new action movie that I'm about to do. You get to interview him right now, Billy B. And Nikki Heyman, too. What's up? What do you want to know?
Ooh. How long you said this has been going on for 2 years? What made it finally happen now?
Yeah, it took a while, you know, because like any movie, it has to go through a development stage, and you know, you have to get the right studios behind it and all the elements. I mean, you know, these movies obviously cost millions of dollars to make, and you can't just, you know, flick a switch and have it come together quickly. I kind of anticipated it was going to be faster than it actually turned out to be, but thank God, you know, we finally got it to the finish line, and now we've got a really great scenario, and I think we're finally going to do something that's going to, you know, put these guys like Rob and whoever else we put in this in a really cool light, and, you know, going to make a kick-ass movie.
What about
actually,
the release of it?
I heard a little bit about this movie, believe it or not, from... I don't know, Rob, are you still buddies with Batista at all?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of respect to him. I don't talk to him much, but I mean, I like him, absolutely. You heard from him?
He told me about it when I ran into him in Columbus at the Arnold Classic a couple of years ago. I kept forgetting to ask you about it and see where you were on that, but I'm glad to see that it's getting somewhere.
Yeah, nobody's gladder than us, right, Dave?
There you go.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of time and effort's been put into it, and but I must say, once all the details come out, it's really come together bigger and better than we could have ever imagined. So it was definitely worth all the hard work.
420, motherfucker.
Fuck yeah. Any other questions, Billy B?
When can we see it? Is it going to be straight to DVD, or is it going to have like a limited theater run, or what's the deal on that?
It's the first one should be rolled out on television in about September.
And then DVD after that, right?
Yeah, it'll be pay-per-view DVD. It'll be all over the world. But yeah, it's mainly going to be TV, and then we're hoping these are going to be a huge success, and then we'll move up the ladder to theatricals.
Hey, is it possible we'll have a premiere for it?
Yeah, there'll be a premiere. Yeah.
Oh, there will. Cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll try and get that night off.
Yeah.
I figure you're doing it. You've hinted that that's going to be action adventure kind of stuff, Rob. Are you talking modern action adventure, buddy cop style?
I actually play a gay ballerina dancer on Brokeback Mountain.
I don't believe that for 1 second, although I pay for those pictures.
Yeah, not really ready to be that well-rounded of an actor yet. I'll start with the stereotype.
Just don't turn into something creepy like you did in Black Mask 2.
Yeah, I'll try. You know what's funny about that is they filmed all that shit without me before I was even there.
No kidding.
Well, the stuff, once my character morphed into this monster, it's some Chinese dude in a rubber suit running around the set. Yeah, I wasn't even there for any of that. Because that's how it is, because whenever you see an actor's face, that's when they have to pay that actor. When you don't see his face, it's not him, because they don't, that's how they budget using the actor's time. So whenever you see the back of their head and shit, it's usually a Chinese guy in a rubber suit.
Oh, man.
So, did you get paid by the take or by the one price for the whole show?
No, you get paid. Usually, somebody with a bigger name gets paid either by a weekly fee or they'll just have a flat out fee for the whole movie.
That's too personal.
Hey, but no, I understand. Let me ask you this though: like when you see Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Budweiser or something, do they pay to be in your movie, or you have to pay them for that stuff?
No, you don't. Sometimes they'll, like you got to have it cleared depending on, how it's featured in the movie, and sometimes they'll give you an endorsement to different, products will give an endorsement to use the stuff in the movie.
Yes, and using my vast knowledge of Hollywood history, as those who are closest to me know, I will add that William Randolph Hearst was one of the very first, if not the first, to really utilize product placement in his movies way back in the 20s. And way back then, that's when the silent pictures would open, sometimes even with the Vaudeville Act. Then they would have like newsreel clips of what's going on in the news today. All this shit leading up to the actual feature, which would be a movie, and it was William Randolph Hearst that started utilizing the product placements and putting and getting, and he did it with, to give you a little further info, now that I dig into my brain, he did it with an amusement park that these brothers had just bought recently and wanted to revitalize, and through a business deal with William Randolph Hearst, they used the amusement park and a movie, which drew tons of business to that amusement park. It was like a re-grand opening, like bam, and it was packed after that, and that launched the ideas, my friends.
Yeah, and on this one we're doing, like, for example, we got Mercedes is going to give us some vehicles, Harley Davidson.
Maxi Pad.
Huh?
What?
Which one? I don't even think I want to ask. But
will you have to wear that on camera, Rob?
Well, I'm not real clear about it. Maybe I had a misunderstanding.
But that's amazing how you talk about that stuff. Because remember the movie Good Will Hunting? Dave, you must remember it.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I was by the L Street Tavern a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to the guy cleaning up.
Uh-huh.
People are still going in there all the time because that's the place in the movie.
Oh,
I mean,
totally.
and you know, I mean, you're familiar. Remember what South Boston was like 15 years ago?
Yeah, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Boston, so yeah. No, there's nothing better than a movie to, make a place famous, and obviously it's going to attract more business just because of that. So.
Hey, the first product placement I can remember as a little kid was E.T. It seems like they're sitting around dinner table eating. It seems like it was Pizza Hut and Coke, but I probably fucked up. It could be Pepsi and Domino's. Who knows? There's a conversation where the kid comes in from the shed and yells at his brother. I can't remember the word he used, but something like he's not a what was it? Shit. He's not imaginary. Penis breath. I don't know what he said about E.T., but he called his brother penis breath. That was like the line of the year. What was it, baby? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but
He was talking about the noise he heard in the shed, and because E.T. was in the shed, and his brother was like, maybe it's a something. And he goes, it's not a something, penis breath. Somebody that loves E.T. should put on the chat room what his brother said. What's that missing word? Because I want to use the line. It's not a blank penis breath. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. All right. We all lose till we watch TV again.
Talk about penises, they'll start going crazy in the chat room.
There's somebody in the chat room that will be happy to talk with you about that.
Oh.
Hey, the monk's going to have to give absolution if you people start sinning on the radio.
Oh, well, we're going to have to get a definition of sin. The definition of sin is lawlessness. We will never be without law. When we got Officer X in the room, know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro.
All right, cool. Let's see. Maybe I'll go back to the phone board and see who's waiting. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, man. All right, I'm going to dig in and out here real quick. Ready? And go. What's up, Benji and Ted?
Hey, guys. What's up?
How are you, man? Good to hear from you.
Good.
Wonderful.
Awesome. How you doing tonight? Awesome? Enjoying the show?
Yeah.
We got Sabu and Officer X.
Yeah.
We got the drunk monk listening.
Hey.
Hey, drunk monk. You can say it.
Oh, by the way, did you? Okay.
Sabu, I need you to answer this one, brother.
No, Tommy Dreamers,
Did you watch ECW yesterday?
I did not, but Officer X seemed very impressed by Tommy Dreamer's speech. He told me Dreamer's going to retire if he doesn't win the belt. I got the inside information from Officer X, one of the biggest marks on the Boston police force. Thanks for that.
Yeah, but I hope that Tommy,
you know how it's going to end. What's going to happen is he's going to win it before so he can stay. At least I hope that's where they go with it.
Please.
Well, hopefully so. We don't want to see Tommy go.
No. Because Tommy said.
Tommy.
Yeah. Yes. Tommy said.
Dub.
Hey, Sabu.
Sabu. All of the old. Guys who have stayed.
Original realm.
With it. Yes. That guy. They. Okay.
Who stole the fucking dope?
Oh.
I don't know who stole the fucking dope.
When you were in Philadelphia, when the company was a company.
Yes. All the old guys have, they have stayed.
An old guy?
No. And that has made me,
Hey, do you have any questions for David DeFalco, director, writer, producer of the unnamed movie so far? Can we tell him the name of the movie, Dave?
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
All right, for those of you who don't know, check this out. This is a badass name, even though they fucked it up on the reports today. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Bob Van Dam, starring in Wrong Side of Town.
Yes, RVD is on the wrong side of town.
Okay. Who? Okay.
Are there any other wrestlers in the movie?
Ooh, there's a good question. That's going to be a question for Dave, man. Are there...
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be, in fact, one of them was very, very, very well known as well.
Okay. And they're still casting, I know, because I got quite a few friends of mine that I'm hoping that we'll be able to get some parts on the movie, and as you can imagine, not everyone's going to be able to, but...
Well, I've got, every friend I know, and even some friends I don't have want to be in it, so...
Right. You got any room for... Is there any possibility you got something for Benji and Ted?
I don't know about that.
I could write something.
By the way, did y'all have a chance to see... will the brand... Okay. Will the... THEPUNIS...
the new furniture films.
Yeah.
Sabu, that one's for you, brother.
Did you see the new Punisher movie?
No, I didn't. I didn't even want to, but I heard it was good, though, so I'll probably watch it. It was good. I'll probably watch it on DVD or something. I don't know why they had to make 3 Punisher movies. There's a lot more heroes that haven't been done yet that are very much more well-known than Punisher. 3?
They had to keep trying till they get it right, Rob.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's cool.
If you don't like a gory film, you won't like this, because the last one is gory.
I like gore.
Yeah.
We know a little bit about gore, huh, Rob?
Yeah, a little bit.
Movies.
Personal experience.
Oh, wait, okay, SVD has the report on that line from ET. Very, very important priority. I know nobody gives a shit but me, but we're stopping the show to get it. What's the line, baby?
Right here.
Nothing like that penis. It was nothing like that penis breath? It was nothing like that penis breath? Is that really what it was?
According to Matt Denton.
All right, well, then we're going to go with that. It was nothing like that penis breath. I don't know. Let's YouTube it. YouTube the penis breath line from ET.
Okay.
Hey, RVD, I'm going in a meeting with Karsten, so I want to bid you guys good night and from the set of Wrong Side of Town, and there'll be more coming real soon.
Right. Peace, Dave. All right, dude. Well, thanks for calling in. And
thanks for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Dave.
I'll be joining you soon enough, Dave.
Look forward to it. And in Indiana, where am I? Louisiana? Oregon, I don't even know what city I'm in, but it's cold.
The other L.A., Lower Alabama.
You got it. See you guys later.
All right, later, Dave. Bye. All right, Dave DeFalco from the set.
Tanya's going on that trip.
Boom, he's on. Hey, who's this guy right here? I don't got any information. Nikki, Blog Talk Radio Nikki. What's that caller number 10? I feel like clicking on that. Who is that? Blog Talk Radio producer Nikki. We haven't heard from Nikki yet today.
Wait, don't click on it. Don't click on it. Don't click on it yet. I haven't screened it. I was actually doing something else.
Oh, okay. That's cool. How are you doing tonight, Nikki?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
How do you like
topic of conversation? Hi, Nikki Heyman.
How you doing, dear?
Good. I love the topic
Nikki,
of the
how do you like the topic of guilt?
Well, like I was typing to you earlier, I think it's useless, and I think that a lot of people who feel guilty are very narcissistic because they think, like what if I did something and in my mind I thought I hurt your feelings or you didn't like it? I would just assume, oh, I feel bad about it. But see, the world doesn't revolve around me, and so sometimes the things that I feel guilty for or might feel guilty for really didn't happen. And I think that people who are selfish and narcissistic feel a lot of guilt because they think the world revolves around them.
Wow. You know what? I like that. That's a very interesting perspective because I know that happens a lot. I see it happening a lot on the outside. I always just chalk it up to miscommunication. Two people have a conversation, and then one person is surprised on how the other person reacted off of what they said. And then when you hear what they said, that could have been taken like so many different ways. People's imagination, they start filling in the gaps going the wrong way with it a lot of times. That happens so much, and yeah, a lot of unnecessary guilt there when they're thinking that they might have really offended somebody, and in fact they haven't. I have, someone. Yeah, someone did that recently, apologizing to me, and she wouldn't listen to me, actually, it was something small. We were filming something, and somebody, was like, "Oh my God, was I talking while you were filming?" I'm like, "No, it was cool." She goes, "I am so sorry," and I said, "No."
Yes.
And she went on and on about it, like, "Oh my God, I feel so," and then she even went and asked somebody else later on to send a message to me, to find out if she messed up by filming because she felt bad. I'm like, I said no, and she wouldn't even hear it.
It's crazy. And also,
I was thought it was being narcissistic, but
yes.
I can see that. I can totally appreciate that.
I do. And how about this? We haven't even talked about this. What about guilt by association?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bring up
so if you, I love that, especially because of politics right now. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me give you a political example.
Okay.
With Blagojevich, who he got in trouble for trying to sell the Senate seat of Obama. Now, Obama knows him, and so, of course, a lot of the right-wing people are saying, well, then Obama must be guilty because he knows him. You see what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Let's say that, yeah, or well, not you, but let's say someone's doing something wrong and I know about it and I don't report it. Am I guilty by association? See?
Yeah, I would have to think that that's circumstantial, but definitely I could feel like I'm guilty if I don't tell somebody something. Sonia and I had a friend, a wrestler, and he was so happy about this new wife. Like, he got married to this girl, and he was so happy, and we didn't trust her right off the bat, and then we heard,
It's a hooker.
We heard some things about her right away, but to see our friend so happy, and we decided it's not our place, as far as we're concerned, husband and wife, are the two closest people in the world. No one's closer than they are. That's how it works with us, and I'm not going to try and put myself between someone else, another husband and wife. We decided not to tell him because he was so happy and stuff, and eventually it bit him in the ass, and we kind of felt kind of guilty, like, man, maybe we should have told him earlier before he invested, so much more of his time into it. But once you marry somebody, you've pretty much invested everything, and you're going to get your heart broke either way at that point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we feel a little guilty about that.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
You absolutely should not feel guilty about that.
It was his choice.
I don't think so.
No, if you had said something, the guy would have hated you and wouldn't have believed it anyways.
Isn't that the truth?
I know it's a kill the messenger thing, but, he never has really bounced back from that particular relationship. She really took it out of him.
But you know what, though, Sonia? Everybody got to find their own way.
I know, but you know what? After that incident, I vowed that if I know information like that about a friend, that I will definitely tell my friend, because I don't want another person to be destroyed.
Hey, I had a similar situation, right? And I told my buddy's girl was out. Oh, this guy felt terrible from the guy was getting a donkey made out of him. I went and sat him down and told him the story. He believed her, didn't believe me. I haven't talked to the guy in 10 years over it.
Right, so that's like what she said, kill the messenger. That's always a risk you're taking, too. Yeah, I'll tell you guys, here's another story I can share. And I might have already brought this up. I was just telling somebody about this recently. I'm not sure if it was on RVD Radio or not. So if it was, fuck off. You got to hear it again. This is like one very bad experience I had with a wrestling fan, which doesn't happen too often with me. They're usually positive experiences. This really stands out as being a bad experience. I felt really bad and guilty as if I had done something, but I don't know, and like I don't think that I really did, and I'm going to share with you what happened, and you can tell me. I'll trust your opinion. All right, we just got back from an overseas trip, tired as hell. I think I did tell this story on RVD Radio. I don't know. Like I said, fuck it. I'm telling it anyway. So I go to Cracker Barrel with some friends that are not in the business, but they were local there, and I purposely snuck in like 10 minutes before 10, like right before they closed. The place was empty except for one table with these two ladies I saw out of the corner of my eye. Didn't pay that much attention to them, and I went over to the other side of the restaurant, sat down with my friends, and we're ordering our food, and the waitress says, "Hey, my friend is here, she wants to know if she can get an autograph from you." I said, "Sure, whatever." I think I may have even signed it and given it to her. Well, we order our food. We're talking. I'm so tired, The food comes. I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat. I grab my fork. Just as I'm about to eat my Uncle Herschel's favorite breakfast with extra egg whites, the two ladies come over to my table, and it turns out it's a mom and a daughter. And the mom says to me, "Hi, my name is so-and-so." I said, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." I shook her hand. "And this is my daughter, so-and-so. Hey, nice to meet you." And they're like, they're looking at me. I'm like, "Yeah, well, hey, very nice to meet you." They're just looking at me. So I go to take a scoop of my scrambled egg whites, and then she pops a question on me, like, "So how you doing tonight?" So I look at her and say, "Oh, I'm fine. We just got in from a long trip." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she says about her daughter, "So my daughter's 21 years old or 25 or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay, yeah, nice to meet you." "Yeah, she's a really big fan." "Oh, yeah, okay, well, yeah, like I said, nice to meet you, Okay, well, thank you very much." So I turn, I get ready to eat my food, and she goes, "So where are you from?" And I was just a little bit frustrated and tired. I set my fork down. I rotated my chair so that I was looking directly at her, giving her my attention, and I crossed my leg, put my foot up over my other leg, and I just looked at her. And I said, "I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan, ma'am." She said, whoa, what's with the attitude? I said, "I don't have an attitude. I don't know how long this interview is going to be. I'm just hungry. I just want to eat." Okay, so they leave. I look at my friends, and I'm like, "Was I rude?" They're like, No, Rob, you were cool. You're right, man. That was fine." I said, "Okay." So I get ready to eat. As soon as the mom comes back without the daughter now and throws the autograph down on the table and lays a guilt trip on me. I've been bedridden, I think she might even said with cancer. She's bedridden in the hospital, I think with cancer or something, for months. She just finally gets a night out, and all she wanted to do was have a good time with her daughter, and I've made her feel bad. Holy shit, I'm like, "Ma'am, I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to eat. I said it was nice to meet you. I gave you an autograph. I don't understand. What? And she's like, "I just want you to know that." And she walked off. Dude, I got to tell you, she laid the fucking guilt on me. I still defend my position and say I don't think I was out of line, but she laid the guilt on me. I feel guilty, and when I think about that, I still feel bad for the way that went down.
Rob, don't feel guilty. Seriously.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a waste now. It was so long ago, but wow, I didn't want to ruin that lady's night, and obviously I did. Or is Officer Keenan, who's Officer? That's our local friend here. Yeah, never mind. I'm just going to move on with that to David from California. What's up, David? Are you calling from Sacramento?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. I love Sacramento. How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I'm just a little pissed off because it's been over 2 years and there hasn't been one live wrestling event here in Sacramento.
Yeah, the WWE themselves, they never come out this way, I actually talked to someone from WWE today, and one of the things that was brought up was, when they come out to the West Coast, I'd stop in and say hi or whatever. I'm like, "Yeah, when is that?" And I thought February, huh? And he's like the end of April or something. They have like two times out here that they're in a year. They're crazy. I mean, California is hot. They love wrestling. They sell out. Like when they go to the Staples Center here in L.A., you can't even park anywhere near there. It's sold out, but they only do it like once a year or something. They're crazy. So also interesting is I talked to a wrestling promoter from the past recently, friend of mine, T.C. Martin. I used to wrestle for this group called NWC way back in the day. You can see footage of it on the RVD TV's 50th episode, the special episode, and I put some footage of my past on there. NWC was based out of Las Vegas, but we also wrestled in Sacramento. And the promoter said that he actually moved there to Sacramento for a while, and I was thinking about him just now. I'm actually going to be getting a hold of those DVDs, the footage of that old NWC matches and shit. I'm going to be putting together on DVD, and through RVD Productions, we'll be bringing that to you in 2009. So there you go. That's another RVD project that I'm just flat and loose here. I am loose-lipped with the RVD projects tonight, I tell you. So, David, are you listening to tonight's show? Have you been listening to it? What do you think about the topic, guilt?
Me personally, because I'm a giving person and I care a lot for the people around me, like my friends and family. Guilt, it usually is like invisible. It's like a source of energy that like you can build from other people. And so like when you're in the situation that I am, where you feel like you always want to be there for someone and stuff, and like just constantly give and stuff, as not as much as you would for yourself, but for others, then like the guilt of other people, you kind of feel for them, and you kind of get like not like a piece of blame, like you did it or something, but like you can understand what they're saying, and then like it all starts to build up, and so like if you do something wrong, then it feels like you did something horribly wrong.
Yeah, you know, I've said this earlier in the show, a discovery I made while we're talking about this, and it seems pretty obvious. The nicer person you are, the more susceptible you're going to be towards guilt, and the less nice somebody is, the more likely they're going to use that guilt against you.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that can be used and is used to control. And, you know, it's even done on big scale. You know, the government tries to make you feel guilty about doing certain things that they don't want you to do, and make you feel better about doing other things that they do want you to do. It's totally about control.
Yeah.
And it's weird because the guilt is like a self-blame, I think. It's like you blaming yourself. Very conscious thing to change, you know, so.
I think it's like the dark side of the force, you know.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it. You know, just like all negative energy, really, I think can be thrown into that. I think that's what the dark side of the force really represents is all negative energy, and that's something that I've learned from studying it. You know, there's positive and negative energy, and they both make you feel different. Positive energy makes you feel good. Negative energy makes you feel bad. So, as a conscious decision, which one are you going to be more inclined, you know, to want in your life? Positive energy.
Yeah, we don't have time for negative energy.
What's that, Officer X?
We don't have time for negative energy.
No, it's not going to do anything but slow you down, huh?
It's just a waste of time, bro. Absolute waste of time, you know. You can't have one foot on in yesterday and one foot on tomorrow, or you're pissing on today, man.
And don't piss on today. Pissing on today is a bad idea. Okay,
There's such thing as balance?
It's all about balance. There's definitely such thing about balance.
Okay.
Anya, do you have it queued up, baby?
Hold on, I gotta turn you down.
Hey, SPD.
Hey.
Hello.
Sonia says she's got the YouTube clip now from E.T., the extra testicle, because I want to hear the line about the line that's been reported as it's nothing like that penis breath. So,
do you have a YouTube page, Rob?
Oh, it was, exactly. Play that again, baby. Where's the speaker so I can put it to my speaker? There. Could you guys hear that?
That's
I can hear it.
Dude, that was awesome. Do you remember that? I was at the theater when they played that, and I couldn't quit saying that as a little kid. Like, that was the best dirty word ever to my ears. We called each other penis breath all fucking summer.
Oh, the E.T.
If you guys did not do that, then you missed out, and you didn't understand the correct way to enjoy E.T.
No, the first time I heard that, man, I cracked up.
Hell yeah, that was funny shit.
No, but like when you were talking about wrestling in Sacramento, like 2 years ago, well, more like not 2 years, it was more like 4 years. It was on the news. They had a promotion here in Sacramento. It was like independent, and I was really thinking about it.
Now, how long ago was this?
4 years ago.
Oh,
I forgot
okay.
what it was called, but it was in the news. I'm not sure if it's still around or not, but they said it was here in Sacramento, and it got me thinking, like, if I did go into it, like, what type of gimmick or something would I want to create for myself? And then I thought about it, like, what type of style would I want to also go with? And then I'm thinking, you know who has the best style when it comes to wrestling, both with the strength and the airborne style? Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
And I'm not just kissing ass, but like I really prefer
RVD, motherfucker!
Yeah. I really prefer Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy and Matt and stuff like that, because you guys really know how to control yourself all the way around. And I mean, and then it got me. My name would be The Extreme.
The Extreme.
D/.
But you do know that your name is an adjective.
It is?
Yes, it's very important that you understand if your name is The Extreme, then you're an adjective. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being an adjective, you know. I mean, you could call yourself Quick, that'd be an adjective too. No, Quick is an adjective, yes. So,
I think my hardcore finisher would be like I would stack. I would make an X in the middle of the ring with like 4 different weapons, and then I would just like do whatever type of air maneuver to just like sandwich them.
Hey, what type of foreign object would you use?
Well, like I'd like barbed wire chairs to trap their limbs.
Would you call you something green like George Steele?
I'd have to. I'm trying to be original here.
Speaking of original, I got one of the most original, legendary trendsetters ever on the line, and we have the opportunity to ask him about your plan, David. Hey, Sabu, are you listening to David's plan?
The genocidal. Sabu. All right.
Genocidal.
Man, you're crazy.
You're crazy, Sabu.
In a good way.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you think about his idea? He's got his name, his gimmick, his weapons, his first match, all that. What do you think?
Well, not my first match, man.
I thought you had your pay-per-view already.
No, I thought for like pay-per-views and moves and stuff like that. My finishing maneuver would be a reverse Death Valley driver, and I'd call it To the Extreme.
Whoa. Sabu, what do you...
That's not bad, but you got to learn how to wrestle first.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I was thinking too.
Hey, how many Hindu squats can this guy do?
Ask him.
How many Hindu squats can he do?
Really, I don't know what that what that type of squat is. Did he say Hindu squat?
A true squat.
20 in like less than 5 minutes.
What do you think, Mr. Van Dam? Does the conditioning need to be improved?
I think 20 Hindu squats in 25 minutes probably needs to be worked on.
I said in less than 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you should go to Sabu's Wrestling Academy and and learn how to take a bump first, you know. But that's cool though, man. You're using your imagination. You're using your mind's eye, that fucking visionary tool in your head that more people should use. So that's awesome, dude.
The way I see it, if all else fails, I could go into commentary and do what JR does for indie.
Or you could just grab like some G.I. Joe and Star Wars figures and have them wrestle each other in a little toy ring. You ever do that?
Who is booking this crap?
You should be a bookie like once you get into the like way older, Rob, you and Sabu should just like join forces.
They're going to be. You watched the Muppet Show when you were a kid? They were the two guys.
That's right, Daddy.
Yeah. I think Rob's got somebody on speed dial for that.
Yeah. Hey, actually, I thought Fonzie was going to be on tonight, but I haven't talked to him. And
that's right, Daddy. That's the person I'd love to have manage me.
The manager of champions. That's why.
He can lead me to gold.
He managed Ultimate Warrior.
RVD TV watchers have complete unlimited access to the Extreme Archive Vault, containing every episode ever fucking filmed.
I like Aaron's Sabu laugh. I'm just going to play with the sound bites. Yeah. Hey, how about this one?
I don't want to talk to these cocksuckers, but you have to.
I love that one. Love it.
Stole the fucking dope.
Yeah. Hey, that reminds me, we don't have that dude from England calling in that says, SVD, motherfucker.
Hey, Rob, I got one more question. Do you think the movie The Wrestler has any resemblance to, like, The Ultimate Warrior's life?
Let me tell you this. The character that Mickey Rourke plays, Ram, did you see it, David?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I have that feel like maybe there...
No, it's not. It's like a collaboration of so many wrestlers. Sabu can tell you as well as I can. We both know 100 fucking people that all fit the that character mold that Mickey Rourke plays. So he wasn't trying to go after the Ultimate Warrior in particular. Fuck no. When you watch it, you'll see that it's much less Warrior than it is a lot of other wrestlers, you know. I mean, at least Warrior comes in big and strong. He comes in, gets the top fucking dollar, and then he leaves. He's all business. He's always done that. Comes in, top, main event, outrageous, you know, diva like demands, boom, leaves. That's what he's known for, you know, and then he's gone. This guy Mickey Rourke plays is the guy that works every single little indie show that he can, you know, for low money, no money, you know, no crowd, low crowd, but that's his love and his passion, and he's like, you know, I actually like, because of this movie I got coming up, I'm taking a few acting lessons. I was talking to my acting coach, Ellen Gerstein, about this, and I said, you know, I felt like if there was a message from the movie, that it was, you know, look what a pathetic waste of life this is to devote yourself to such a meaningless, useless thing as wrestling. It was very insulting to me. I couldn't help but look at it that way. It was disturbing either way. She said that she got a very positive message from it, that this guy, his message was he's in control of his own destiny, and it's not about whether you think it's crazy to be getting shot with a staple gun in front of 500 people every night. But the fact is that that's his choice, and that he chooses to take his own path and chooses, you know, his own death out on the playing field, because that's his world and he's in control of it. And she made it sound like real positive, and I hope that a lot of people do get that positive message out of it that she did, because a lot of wrestling and Hollywood alike, a lot of the industries were hoping that this movie would put a positive spotlight on pro wrestling again, and I'm not sure that it did. You know, it kind of put a resurgence of the interest in it, because people are talking about it. But when you see the movie, I kind of find it hard to believe that if you were not already a wrestling fan and you didn't share that passion with the character, I kind of find it hard to believe that you would get that from the movie. I think you would be the opposite. I think you'd think, fuck, these guys are crazy, and it's a barbaric, animalistic thing to do. That's what I think, but we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully it'll put a good shine on wrestling, and wrestling will once again, you know, fucking be a dominant force, you know, after all the beatings it's been taken over the last year or so. Officer X, you saw The Wrestler. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I liked it, man. I mean, I'm a fan, but I mean, I thought it was pretty accurate. I mean, I've been to some of those conventions, and I've seen these guys hobbling in, selling their gimmicks, and looking like they're, you know, the free lunch away from nothing. I mean, and And kind of that story needs to be told because people don't understand, Rob, that they think every guy who's ever been on TV for a 3-month run is a zillionaire.
Right. I've always said that. I've always said this about wrestling. It's a way to get the fame without the fortune, and and that's part of the way that it's that's part of the illusion. One of the many ways that pro wrestling is an illusion. You think that everybody that's on that TV is living a huge superstar lifestyle, and you don't realize that 4 of the wrestlers are all sharing a car and sharing a fucking $40 hotel room to make ends meet.
That's the story that was told, and it also kind of shows that you got a plan because you can't live in the past like we were talking about. Someday, no matter what you do, whether you're a policeman, a teacher, a wrestler, a boxer, a baseball player, when it's done, it's done, and you got a plan for the future, or else you're in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. You got more of a positive or a negative message out of the movie?
Well, it was kind of a sad thing, but I kind of liked how the guy just lived his own way.
Right.
He had a certain code, whether it was right or wrong, and things didn't work out with the daughter. He wasn't going to change himself for the girl, the stripper girl, and he said, "This is what I do, and this is what I'm going to do," and that was it. He went out the way he wanted to. He was his own man.
Yes, and by the way, most people will agree that Marissa Tomei.
They got to call you back for another
the better
phone.
parts of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Tanya agrees. What's that, Sabu?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, well, say it again.
RVD, motherfucker!
Right on. Hey, Officer X, did you hear me earlier talking about Sonya getting quasi pulled over today?
I'll be down in a minute.
All right. You get muted, Dave, for saying you'll be down in a minute, but thanks for calling, dude.
All right, man.
No, unless you got anything to add to the show. We only got 15 minutes left, and we're going to keep talking, but I was just going to move on, unless you got another comment about guilt or anything else you wanted to say.
Okay, I got one more comment.
Awesome.
Do you think, and this is if you and Sabu were still in the business, and, this type of match was invented, like a Blood Brothers match, in which both people start the match busted open, where you're automatically bleeding at the start, which one of you guys think would win? I came up with that myself. I claim that. A Blood Brothers match.
You can have it.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit. Thank you.
I guess the strategy to win would be the first person to stop bleeding loses. So you got to keep going around and banging your head, and you got to keep bleeding.
Yeah, but do you think you could take Sabu in that match? Because it would be a hardcore match and stuff, but you start where both people have to bust their head open.
Can Sabu be busted right above his eyes so he can't see? Because his eyes will be blind with blood.
Well, it could be the back of the head. But you have to start the match bleeding.
His eyes be in the back of his head?
No, the back of my head.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Thanks for the question, though, and that gives us something to ponder. Oh, okay, I'm done. Sabu, go ahead and ponder that as long as you will, brother. Think about that one. Officer X, are you still here? Where the fuck's Officer X? Hey, I lost Officer X, didn't I?
No.
Officer X. Oh, boo. Where'd he go? Well, he's not talking, and I don't see him, so I'm going to use that as confirmation that somehow we lost him. Bummer. I wanted to ask him about the cell phone thing, baby. Now we're bummed. All right, well, here's the deal. We got about 10 minutes left of RVD Radio for this week. We're talking about guilt, and we're also talking about the big action movie starring Rob Van Dam, Wrong Side of Town. Very little information is given out at this point, baby. But we had David DeFalco on. Dave wrote this movie and developed it for me, which gives me the confidence necessary to think maybe I can pull it off. Because you won't hear me bragging about my acting skills. However, the part was written by somebody that knows me very well, knows the way I talk, knows my coolness, my zenfulness, and put it all in there. So, pretty excited about this. This is definitely one of the biggest of the big of all the many, many projects that are on my table. And since I'll be shooting this in February, you can probably guess, you don't have to look for me in the ring in February.
Or on the radio.
Or on the radio. That's right, baby. We'll be back next week, and we'll have another live show on the 21st of January. And then after that, we'll be gone. We'll be gone till like the end of February. So you can tune in here and Blog Talk Radio. Producer Nikki will be jamming. She's got the balance, the yin and the yang.
The balance, the power, the zen.
Yeah. And that's what's up. That's what's up. So this movie will keep me busy for a minute. I know you guys are checking every single week to see if I'm on TV, and I'm not, dude. I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or Indiana, if you listen to Dave DeFalco, doing this action movie. Officer X, are you back with us? Are you on mute, dude? Speak. Woo.
What?
Hello, Officer X. Why will you not speak to me? Blog Talk Radio producer Nikki, help me.
I think it's still highlighted, maybe.
Still highlighted? No.
Highlighted.
Nikki, I can't get. What's that mean? Oh, I hear somebody. Who is this, Nikki or Officer X?
Officer X.
No, that's Sabu. All right, fuck, man. I don't understand. He's there, and I got him muted.
Hey.
Okay, now you're there. I guess I don't know what's going on, man. We were talking to you. You're ignoring us.
No. Duty call, bro.
Did you go find a missing child while you were on the air with us again?
That's been done.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, the drunk monk keeps calling in. What's up?
What? Hello? Hello? I got cut off. Ain't that about bitch?
Hello, Nikki Heyman, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
And Sabu, you're here. I think, actually, this is Nikki Starr. I think that Rob Van Dam got disconnected, and there he is. He's right back.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, Sabu.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, who are you thinking?
Who am I, what?
Oh, I thought I heard you say thank you. I got kicked off, and I thought maybe you took over and were running the show while I was gone.
It was Nikki. I did.
Yay, Nikki!
Yay, Nikki. Hey.
I was just saying Nikki should get on and start talking, but I couldn't hear you. I guess that's because my phone was off. That was weird. We just got disconnected.
It was a weird sound.
I'm glad you got back. Yeah.
Crazy.
Officer X just called in, and he got disconnected, so hopefully he'll call right back. I'm just going to unmute him if he does, okay?
You know what? I'm feeling suspect that this is an issue with perhaps Blog Talk Radio tonight.
I've already reported it, sir. I've reported it. Because that's what I do. And
now you got to get us Officer X back. Hey, Nikki.
Officer X?
Nikki, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we talked before about the aggressive driving. You said your boyfriend is aggressive, more like me, and you don't understand why he doesn't get in that lane right away, why he's in the wrong lane. And I said, because the other lane's moving, it makes more sense to get over only when you have to at the last minute. So I'm curious. I'm curious where you stand on cell phones. Without thinking about it, it's easy to just say, well, driving while talking on a cell phone, yeah, that sounds like something that's dangerous. That should probably be outlawed. But the fact is, it's a freedom that we've always had. They should have thought about that when they came up with cell phones. But now that they're taking that away in certain states and it's illegal, and I have gotten pulled over, actually, for talking on the cell phone, What do you think about that? Because I think it's kind of crazy.
I think it's a huge invasion of privacy, and I would want to see the statistics that prove that it's the cell phone that causes the accident.
Oh, my God, I can't believe you agree with me. I thought for sure that we would disagree on this one.
No. Now, I want to ask you a question really quick, and then I did unmute Officer X. He's here. If you
Officer X. What's up, bro?
You're talking to Nikki.
If you have your headpiece in, can you talk and hold it in your lap?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, what's up?
If you have your headpiece in, yes. If you have your headpiece in, you can talk on the phone in California legally.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yeah. Hey, Nikki, well, Justin McCully just said that he keeps trying to get back in and that it tells him all circuits are busy.
Okay.
I'm going to text his number. So
hey, Nikki, do your job, will ya?
I'm trying. Okay, 347-308-8795.
I know the number. Why you tell me the number? Hey, you know what, Nikki? I just now scrolled our AIM window, and I didn't realize you've been aiming me like all night. Oh, my God. Yes. You got like 6 messages, and I haven't responded to any of them.
I was like, oh, he's so mad at me. But I just have
I
a
only
question
saw
really
the
quick.
first one, and then I didn't even notice. I've been looking at the first one all night. It's just sitting there in that little window.
While you're on the set for your movie, can I call you since your movie director called you while you were on the set at my production?
Yes. Actually, I want to do that. I just don't know, exactly how to plan around it, but that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Live from the action.
Yeah, it would. Yep. I would love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell Officer X about SVD. I'm out.
Okay, and look for, if there's any way you can get, if you can see Justin's number. He was on earlier. I don't know if you remember his number, but I'm going to type you his area code right now, and then if you see that come through, try and let him through. Okay, I'm sure you.
What's up, man?
Officer X. I don't know if you were on at the beginning of the show. We were talking about Sonia got a quasi pullover, she said, because the officer spoke to her over the intercom, the speaker, without pulling her over and told her to get off her phone. She was talking on a speaker on her phone, so the phone wasn't up to her head, but she was holding it and speaking into it. I thought that was legal. Apparently that's illegal too. I think that's a little controlling, and if there's evidence, that there's a lot of car accidents that are caused by this, then I agree decisions should be made based on that. However, they're not. They're based on what people think sounds like a good idea. Marijuana is outlawed without one fatal overdose ever, so I know that they don't do things like that. They don't consider statistics only when they want to. Why is it you can't hold your phone up and be talking on the speaker while I drive, but you can hold, as I said, you can hold a fucking banana up, you can peel your banana peel and eat that, while you're driving, which I think is probably way more dangerous. I know it's a California law, but I'm just curious what your opinion is on that. I don't know what it's like out there in Massachusetts, except for you got to watch out for the snowbank.
No, believe it or not, it just, oh my Lord, it just started snowing now, and if they cancel school tomorrow, Officer X will be very sad. But,
how about the phone? How about the cell phone?
No, I'm with you, because here's the deal. It's dangerous, and I'm out there just standing in the road all the time, and people on the phones almost hit you, but I've been almost hit by people reading newspapers, putting makeup on, stuffing McDonald's down their throat,
masturbating?
Distracted driving. No, thank God, but...
Driving is a very, very dangerous thing, and there's no question about that. I hate it when I see kids that think they're cool, gunning it, peeling their tires, racing, and we all know of some consequences of that. I don't want to get it, but anyway, that's obnoxious and it's dangerous. However, if you're skilled enough and you're comfortable enough, you've been driving enough to where you can drive while you're talking on a speaker on a fucking phone. That should be okay. That's nothing but a straight up invasion of privacy, in my opinion. Justin McCully, you back with us, bro?
Yeah, can we get any clarification on what a trote is?
A trope?
A trote?
No, I missed that. I don't know what a trope is, but we do know the ET line is, it's nothing like that, penis breath.
Somebody said something about shoving McDonald's down their throat, and I was just wondering what a throat was.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, their throat.
I'm just playing. But,
you California guys are tough.
Dude,
tough.
Officer, if I'm ever driving through Massachusetts, I was just joking. But seriously, you know, it's just ridiculous. It's like pre-Pilgrim England here. We're getting to be so overrun with rules and regulations, and it seems like every year they're just throwing a new law at us, unenforceable or enforceable. It seems like to grab some extra money out of honest taxpayer citizens' pockets. And
maybe I talked to him about this before. I believe in certain towns they do count on that, and he, you know, we're not talking about, you know, like he said, you can't do. There's no quotas, you know, with the cops up there, but certain towns, I think they rely on that income, you know, for the county. Certain speed trap towns and shit. Justin, thanks for calling back, but we're out of time, dude. Officer X, Sabu, thanks for calling in. Harry Slash, Nikki Heyman, all the extremists and free thinkers, but they're about to cut us off. It's another week gone. 10 seconds left. She said, I better hit the music. We'll be back next week on 21st. Say bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
Drop that down. The whole fucking show. Drop that down. The whole fucking show. Been assassinator. Drop that down. The whole fucking show. Drop that down. The whole fucking show. A damn shot straight to your brain. Straight to your skull crack. You get down to straight to your brain. Straight to your skull crack. Drop that down. The whole fucking show. Drop that down. The whole fucking show. I will fly high. 5-star frog splash. You can't stop.